Good morning, Martians. Well, today I want to take a closer look at the Resource Cables mod. I briefly talked about it the other day, and I was having issues with getting mods to operate properly. Turns out there was a little bit of operator error, so I wanted to give this guy a fair shake on my review. Now, I set up this area here with a bunch of empty tanks, and this bastard gathering 5 different resources. I got us some power, and I have his hoses hooked up. As you can see, they're blue. See that? A little bit of blue, which helps out to distinguish against the black ones. And you can see better right here. So you can see that he did, in fact, update the hoses. So what I want to do is jack some of these in. My other now here's the thing. He did replace or affect the generic barrel here. You see he put a little spigot on there. So I'll go ahead and jack this guy in real quick. So it's not shooting out the top. And look at that, it's pretty quick, man. That's some quick action. Wait a minute, it's going down. So it shot up. Oh, it's getting sucked into there now. Now the reason I use this one is just to show the barrel change. You can just jack right into his little connector here, I think. There it is. Oh, nope, jumped over there. Gotta be careful. Gotta kind of be aware of that ghost. Right there. So if you want to do that, you can bypass the whole barrel thing. I kind of like the barrel because it's not so up in the air, and I mean you can walk under it, I guess, or so, kinda. But yeah, I think I prefer this way. So yeah, it goes into the barrel first and then goes into the tank. But that hangs a lot nicer there. Now these are cool for other things, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. And so if I grab this one here, and I'm going to point something out here. My mistake was I assumed wrongly that it was like power cables. See, you can actually put... Wait a minute. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So I got the green one in here, and I got the green one in here. And they're both working. Now here's one that I have backwards intentionally, and this is what I was doing before. I just assumed that if it would only go in one way. I'm gonna grab it from the end here real quick. Let me just grab it. There it is. Stand up like a non-cripple. There you go. And see, it will snap on. It just won't work. And I guess that's what I was doing the other day when I was talking about this thing. I had the red on the input. Whereas just like on the power, the red is on the output. Power out, green in. So yeah, so this one's obviously backwards, wouldn't work. Now that's what my problem was. I just assumed it wouldn't snap on wrong like the power ones. You can't put the power ones on backwards. They'll just like not click. Now for whatever reason. And you see, I did notice this like multi-ghosting going on. That's like one little thing. But it does snap on to the closest one. So at first I was like, what? But it works. And yeah, I kind of like the way they hang down low like that. That does make it way more cool. It's too bad that he replaced the default jug. And if you noticed over here, these don't have those new sockets on them, see? That's because I made these before I loaded the mod. So it doesn't have the new socket. So I set up this area and then loaded the mod, seeing so I have issues, more than one. And so these came in without that socket that you saw over there on that guy. Here, let me just... But it'll still jack in, so be aware. It doesn't... You don't have to replace all your barrels, see? It just doesn't look as cool, see? So if I run back over here, I'll point out that socket a little closer. I know it's noon, so it's kind of hard to see stuff over here. But you see that cool little socket he's got right there? Yeah, so that kind of, you know, keeps it from just floating. So yeah, now this guy should be working. Yep. We jack this guy in. And you got to realize, with the whole random resource thing going on, I'm kind of curious, and I haven't tested this out, hence the curiosity. What if it, randomly produces something different? Or can it now? I don't know. I would like to see that. And like I got oxygen right there, so once I drain that, is that going to suddenly change to a different resource and then I have to change these cables around? I don't know. So we got the oxygen, it's draining the oxygen. if it doesn't go all the way to 0, it shouldn't change. Yeah, so I maybe I'm right about that. Maybe it will not see it. This is very rich area here. I made sure of it. And now these are not producing anymore. Let's run over here and see if it's just bypassing that screen and going right in over here. 172 0. Okay, so and that's empty. It's a no name. It's going up. Okay, so it does seem to force this to keep going with the original resource. So that's kind of cool. So I saw it going up. Let's go look at this one. It's on 130 0. So that should and that's on 130. That's one barrel. So why was this one going up again? See, that one's still going up. Yeah, that one's still going up. So it's obviously still producing the nitrogen. See, that was my biggest concern, the whole randomization thing going on. It looks like once you lock it in, though, it never does, change the resource. Now, I don't know if that's going to be true on every one. Maybe that one just happened to be back into nitrogen, see? So you want to make sure. See, that one's going up. But this is a very high nitrogen argon area here, and not carbon. But let's take a look. That one's going up. Oxygen. Methane. Nope, still on 130. Still on 130. So it looks like these two, which are ones I selected for these, do not seem to be going up anymore. So I don't know what the deal is with that. And there's not much that the modder can do about a randomization that comes with the game. But this in itself is pretty cool. But these two are not going up. And granted, these are odd resources that I installed in this area. But these guys are. And these are the default resources that came with the area. So if you're making your own map and scenario, it looks like you'll need to stick with the resources that are available in that area, which I don't do. So yeah, the oxygen and the methane. Although I don't really I think I got oxygen in this. I mean, I got oxygen from it, so okay, let's run over here real quick. Now this seems to be acceptable, and I really like the way the cables are laying low now. That's awesome. Too bad you had to reduce or replace the original, because you can see the icon here changed. It got like super dark and you can't see it anymore. Here's his new one. First cables, that's awesome. And then you got the connector here, the resource socket, and you got the resource cables, which look amazing. He just altered the now this one here, he took parts from it. But now this one here, I'm not understanding why it's black as night. You might want to work on that one. But still, there they are. You can print them. But it did replace the original one. So be aware of that. But it does look like your original ones will work with the snappy snap right there. Okay, so alright, so we got these guys pumping. These guys are still going up. Yes, they are. So it's just bypassing these guys. Oh no, it's snapping up and down. So I could have went right into here. I just wanted to show the barrels. But once again, these are not. But that's probably because I forced it into the area. Yeah, it's probably that. So if you were just going with native environment, it does look like it locks it into that resource. So it'll keep going and not change on you, like say nitrogen won't pop into the argon socket all of a sudden. Because before I changed these two, I had another nitrogen and I think another carbon. So that's on me. That's awesome that it keeps it like that. I was a little afraid about that randomization thing. Then I have the gas station over here. And oh, here, let me pick this up. This thing was driving me nuts. Hey, thanks Wilson for your leg. Yeah, jammed his whole face in there and let it shut. Okay, so we got here with the new barrels. You see the sockets right there. So no longer do we have to go through the trunk. We can just go along the side here. And which one is this? If I can yank my leg out from under that tire, I'd be really happy. So here's the methane one. Now I don't have one of the sockets on the end, and you don't need it for this. Matter of fact, you probably don't need the well, you know, with the socket, and I really like the barrel. Even with you can see this one here, I left on the socket right here, just to show the whole loop-de-loop in the sky here. And then this one, how much better it is. That's why I went both ways. It's really too bad you can't somehow combine half this jug below the screen with this. You see what I'm saying there? Here, look. Yeah, so right here, if you can see my mouse, combine that with half this drum, and it would go up and come down. You don't really need the screen, but you can have your own barrel-like thing. You can call it a hay barrel or something. I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but it would be a half barrel, and you wouldn't have to replace the ones that came with the game. I know it's probably a little confusing with the whole scripting thing. I'm not a script person, but we're going to snap this in and fill the tank. I am out. Did I just put the green in? Yeah, I put the green in. Was that already? That wasn't already full. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? What are you trying to pull here? Oh, maybe I can't pull out through that. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure this out. I did read the instructions this time. Let's see if this works. No, dude, really? And there was a warning about this whole that right there. So be aware and be careful. Snap! There we go. Alright, now let's see. There you go. Jetting on up in there now. Okay, so it looks like, and maybe I'm wrong, but it wouldn't pull out through the barrel. Even though it's an out barrel. I don't really understand that. Unless I walk over here and fill it. Shouldn't that be filling right now? Oh, wait, it says rock. Why does that say rock, for Christ's sake? Oh, holy shit. I have so much trouble with these fucking rocks. Okay, so I'm not sure why that says rock. I don't know what the hell. I totally set this thing up specifically for this mod. So I don't know how rock got even remotely here. I don't even have anything for that. Here, come here, you bastard. Wilson! Well, that explains why it didn't go through the drum. Okay, once again, operator error. So I'm not panicking or nothing. Let's grab this guy. Believe me, I'm an IT person, and 99% of the problems are frickin' a short circuit between the chair and the mouse. No, there you go. Look at that thing filling up. I can't really. The glare. Okay, so you can pump your gas in from the side. That's amazing, dude. So by the way, and if I didn't say, this is made by let's see, Reiterated. It looks like Reiterated. So good job, man. And then if I want. Yeah, that stupid rock barrel. I don't know what the frack happened with that, but let's go grab this guy. And maybe another one. Wait a minute, can you put an empty one in the... Here, let me yank this out real quick. Okay, so that's... Shank. I said yank. Grab, yank. Can I not yank that out? What the hell's going on here? So, yeah, interesting that. I can't seem to yank it out. Oh, but I can light up the area a little bit. There we go. Not really sure why I can't grab it out of there. Is that just me, or is that... I'm not sure. I've never tried to grab one out that had stuff in it. Yeah, so I can't seem to yank these out once they're in and when they're full like that. So that might be me once again, but it's something to be aware of, I guess. And this guy, it would have worked. It would have worked if I would have had not rock for whatever reason that came from. But yeah, so there you go. I think that's pretty amazing. I really don't know why I can't grab this out of here. I'm a little confused about that. But yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of cover that and point out the mistakes I was making with the whole color. So red is from and green is to. So just like the power. But you can misclick them. And that it does replace the generic, or I should say standard drum or barrels, but they still work. I kind of wish personally that you didn't replace the generic barrels, and cut it right here, man. Right. I don't even know if you could do that though. I mean, I'm not in there tearing these models apart, so I don't know if you could, take the top cap off, remove it down to the bottom of the display, get rid of everything above the display, and then maybe slap another one of these on top. Bring that cap down. I don't know how hard that is. Believe me, I'm not a modder, so I mean, I know how to make models, but I don't know about this format. So whatever. Anyway, hey guys, I just want to share that with you that I do like it, and I plan on using it. Probably for a gas station though. What I might do is just use it just for gas, pumping up and filling up the vehicle. So I may build a little fuel station, but I think this is how I would really like to use it. And these guys, I'm not sure if I will, although that does seem to be awesome, doesn't it? My favorite part is that it keeps on creating that same resource. That's cool how you forced it to do that. Now once again, I manually changed these, so I screwed this up. The oxygen and methane. I put the 2 barrels on there with those, so that was mine. If you just go with the generic, you should be good to go. Yeah, good to go. Alright, you guys have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.